Hello everyone, how good of you to join, and welcome back to Anno 1800 Extreme Vanilla Edition. Once more to Scanlon on our small island. I mean small for Anno 1800 standards, right? Small island where we do kind of like need to squeeze in a city. So far we have achieved a tier 2, of course. We have also had the first war declaration. Oh, Admiral Vicente Silva is preparing something here with lots of bricks. And of course we continue onwards with the next brick production ourselves, because right now we were a bit low on that, and with that we have 2 bricks now up and running. That will lead to around 4 tons of bricks per minute. I will also now continue with the preparation of my first iron production. We can actually go ahead with this by building a fire station, also a warehouse, an iron mine, a charcoal burner and a furnace. Right, easy times. Quite expensive, the whole endeavor. I would like to build a second charcoal burner and a second furnace right away. Lady Margaret Hunt introduces herself, and we also see the first pirate ship. And Harlow is on her way. Of course, once again, with the pirates, we're not going to do any PC things. Lady Margaret Hunt over here. Let's just get my schooner out of the way here, please. And then we're going to declare war. Of course, I don't want to get shot by that. There you go. And let's go ahead. Margaret Hunt, war declaration. It would happen at some point anyway. She would declare war anyway. So we're just going to be a bit quicker about this than her. Now, let's continue. There's the pirate, so we should stay clear of it. Let's actually get over here and then here, putting us some waypoints. I still need to find me a proper grain island, please. I totally forgot about that. My ship is here. Admiral Vicente, he's got a good grain island there. Unfortunately, that's not for us. And is there any island here? Oh, this is not looking good, to be honest, now that I think about it. Alonso is also introducing himself. There is another pirate ship, not attacking us yet. Very good. Look at that, Alonso very close to the Admiral. That's going to lead to some interesting situations there in the future. There it is. It's his main island too. I did not expect that. Even though, now that I'm looking at it, we are very close to Miss Hunt. Look at that. We are having a look on her island. Oh, this is going to be crazy. This is definitely going to be interesting once the fleets are rolling out. Speaking about fleets, we can build the next schooner. And I should also work on my next production. We got the steel beams over here, right? I will work on a second steel mill factory like this. So there's the steel then coming over. And definitely also start with the weapon production. So I would like to have one of the weapon factories here as well. And as we can see, we're barely scratching the effectiveness of this charcoal burner. So we are fine. And yeah, because we have everything, let's build my first steel beams factory right over here. And with that, we have this production up and running now. Exploring a new island over here. There would be potato and grain, but of course Miss Hunt is in the way here to this island. It's not really big either. Nothing we can do with that. That's the end of the map. There is another bigger island. Another fire once again rages in my own city. Destruction. We need to rebuild a few things, and we have enough planks to just go ahead and upgrade the next people to workers. Let's also make sure that my consumption rates are fine. Schnapps and workload need some improvement now. So we can build the last potato farm and the last Schnapps distillery. I would also like to build the last sheep farm and the last framework knitter. A new island, a very big one at that. It has grape and fur abundance. Very important fur. We don't have fur yet. We do need that to advance then to engineers. So it's going to be very important that we secure ourselves a nice fur island there. Hops, of course, for the beer production, but fur is actually more important, as only with fur we are able to advance. There is another island with 3 clay deposits, no mountains, but fur abundance on it. So, might be doing something there. The next schooner is ready. 2 of them we have. I would like to use both of them to sell, making some profit out of that, as we are dropping below 10,000 almost again with all the industries, which are very expensive. And as we can see also, when there's factories exploding, nothing I can do about that really, other than rebuilding. With the fishies, we're not that fine anymore. I should watch out for some more fish production, primarily over here. Yeah, let's use 1,000 coin for another steel beams factory, leading to 2 of them now, producing 45 seconds each. So 2 steel beams every 1.5 minutes, which is still not optimal. But we are going to start. Oh, of course, we are only starting here now. Now we get the first steel beams in. With that, we will be able then to build the weapons factory soon. However, this will put us negative as my balance is deteriorating. I should continue with a few more houses right over here. We can still afford it, kind of. Another island has been found. Hops and grapes on it. Very small. Very close to the pirate. We're staying clear of the pirate right now because once we actually explore her, we are opening up diplomatic actions. That also means that she's then declaring war on us right away. For now, the pirate is rather neutral and is not harming my ships. We're kind of like using that mechanic for the moment. Of course, it's inevitable that we find her. First schooner is also coming in. Let's go ahead and sell this one right away for 2,500 coin. My other schooner, meantime, is exploring the northernmost part of the map, but I think there's really nothing here, right? It was really just a spark of hope, but unfortunately there's really no island here, so nothing I can do about that. We will need to work with what we have. That means no fur island. Nope, only hops. Well, hops is nice, of course. We need fur to advance, so it is an island. That's the pirate. Going to be tricky, really. We're probably going to need this island here for sure, and this one here for the hops. Another newspaper edition. Let's go ahead with the income. The happiness we keep for now. Since we have a few bricks, I would like to get cracking on a fire station over here. Very important. And also a fire station, yeah, closer to my city. There's definitely going to be riots at some point, and this one here right in the center of it all should work wonders. That's 5,000 coin investment, but it's absolutely something we need. We can compensate that with selling a few more ships. There's the next schooner then on its way to Archie now as well, and I would like to put the waypoint out there and build us another schooner for another ship to sell. Actually, with Porcupine here, I would like to use the moment to get us a few more steel beams in. We need to settle on 2 islands very quickly. Investing a bit into steel beams is going to get us this advantage, right? That's 1,100 coin. Let's go ahead and get this one to Scanland, get the rest of the materials, and then we can settle on 2 islands right away. Bear in mind though, every island we need to settle, we need to defend as well, so we cannot just endlessly settle on all the islands. Now we are definitely going to lose them at some point. So 2 islands should do the trick. We can defend 2 islands, I think. Now the first decisions come to mind, how we should advance. I do need, of course, to work also on my first productions here, as workers are quite demanding. They want sausages and soap. I will not be able to have a bread production on this island, unfortunately. I mean, we could try it, but it's going to be very tight. I could also get my pigs over here as we have lots of space, but no grain production possible. This would be perfect for grain, honestly. So I will probably move my piggies over to this island and my grain to Scanlan, because otherwise we would have to settle on a 3rd island. That is something I definitely cannot afford at the moment. I don't even know another grain island except for this one right in front of Miss Hunt's main harbor. Something I probably do not want to risk. Another schooner is ready for action in at Sir Archibald Blake. We do have the bricks. I could actually sell them right now, and I think we're going to use Nikush here. Instead of selling it, we could use it also to get that mission done. We still have around 16 minutes on that, and I would like to do this. Darn it! The Admiral... No, Alonso was faster than we were. He settled on the Fur Island. Now we have a problem. Now we have a real problem. Rix is a ship that I'm going to sell soon. We don't have any island with grain and fur, hops and grain on it. This is very unlucky. This is really, really unlucky. We need to decide where we want to settle. This one for sure. My ship is on its way already for this. Alonso, I hate that guy, and we are going to take revenge on him. We have landed on the island. We can build the trading post. Let's do this right away. Very important with that. Our first expansion. A good island for building space for hops and pepper. But unfortunately, no grain and no furs, which is going to be a problem, of course. On this island here, Greed Church. Which, of course, is not something that I can actually pronounce. So let's go ahead. Swanell, one of my supporters. Thank you very much. And you have an island now. With that, we have some 40 tons of timber left on it. I would like to go ahead with, of course, a basic timber production. We actually need to hurry up now because time is of the essence. 2 should be sufficient. Let's build this. And since we have the space on this island, I would also like to start building up a smaller second settlement, right? So main road we have, and then once again we're going ahead with some basic buildings here. We are down to 1,600 coin, by the way. That means that I will not be able to endlessly build now. Even roads are expensive. So let's not try to get overboard here with blueprinting, because every blueprinted block costs me some coin. Let's rather use it to build that marketplace right away. We will have 1 block here and 1 block here, so there should be the marketplace just fine, together with then a pub as well. So let's keep that distance here. Perfect. Build the marketplace and build the first buildings here as well. In Swanell, a second settlement, a second village now coming up. Also, I think my bricks have arrived. Yep, there's my bricks. Yeah, really, look at that. Miss Hunt also wanted to settle here, but Alonso was faster. And there's also the Admiral coming into Swanell, leading to the first conflict, though a schooner cannot fight back, so it's rather just getting destroyed. I think he wanted to settle here and forgot to change the waypoint of that ship, and that will lead to its certain destruction. Perhaps there's some building materials on board that we can use. I can turn in the quest. That is going to be some 4,400 coin. Much needed. And there's the ship gone. And that is actually some loot here in the form of timber. Yep, it was. And steel beams. So this actually was bound to settle on this island here. And 22 tons of weapons. Crazy. Let's get this over to Scanlon. And this will give us the edge. We will soon be able to build the first warships then. Meanwhile, I will sell rigs now as well. And we can also sell the Kraken's Coal. That is a very cool name for a schooner. Leading to another 5k income to 10,000 once more, which still is not really a lot. With the timber that we have, let's actually build us the first weapons production now up here, leading to a negative balance for now. And then we continue onwards with a few more farmers and of course also more workers. This will most likely settle down to negative balance here for my consumption goods. That is the work cloth and the schnapps. So what I can do is I'm going to add 2 more potato farms together with 2 more schnapps distilleries, and those guys we're going to boost them in the future. Let's also have as a warehouse here. Space really is tight. It is really tight. I have no idea how we squeeze in the rest. Miss Hunt settled ultimately on a new island, and of course it is this one here, and that's going to be very tricky here, to be honest. It's right next to my island, and my ships of course will pass around here. Look at that. We have this tiny corridor to move ships around without getting damaged by that warehouse here. Thank you very much, Miss Hunt, for yet another kiss on my butt. The weapons are in, so with that we should be able now, there it is, to build the first gunboat. Let's do this. Next island has been settled. Down here, Bragard. That is now Admiral's Island once more with some hops and grapes. We still don't have a fur island. We do need one. Stations. Porcupine, you're going to be the one. Once again, we do need some 8 tons of steel beams, right? And then I'm waiting for some planks here to come in, and then we use this schooner here to settle on another island. And since it's very hard now to find proper islands, we probably will have to settle here if it's not being taken in the meantime. This island though is problematic for 2 reasons. First of all, it only has fur, nothing else. And second of all, it is remote. Look at that. The distance to my main island is pretty severe and is going through that corridor. Something that Miss Hunt could easily take under her control. And there's also the pirate here. There would be no way to get to this island if Miss Hunt settles here as well. I will probably have to settle there too. No way I can do this any other way. We are going to need some 40 tons of planks here. Even a bit more, I think. To build us up a smaller industry then as well. 40 tons we have now. In Swanell, meanwhile, at least some planks are in, so we can continue now with the expansion of the next houses. Something else I should be doing is, we have a pretty high farmer happiness right now, so what I can do is I can actually boost, for example, my framework knitter, so I don't need to waste any more space on that. It's not good. Sorry. Nope. This is too high of a penalty. I will need to instead build me, some more sheep farms. We probably can squeeze it in here. Let's try it out. I will need around 2 more framework knitters. There is no warehouse close by. But we will need a warehouse here for the fisheries anyway, so let's build that. Right, so here we're going to have the fisheries. That means that I can still have some industry here, like 2 more framework knitters for now. This is all very nasty looking, but it's something that I need to do here. We can build one like... yeah. Now that's the only way how I can think about this, because we cannot build any farms here, so we need to squeeze it in kind of like this, very strange looking. This will lead to a few more framework knitters for the time being, but we will need to boost that soon anyway. We continue with a few more upgrades here, but we need to make sure that we always have enough workforce there, really. Another fire station, unfortunately, is something I need to add as well. It's tight. It is really tight. For the schnapps, we build now the last 2 potato farms with the schnapps distilleries. Also, Swanell receives another fishery. I might actually do something else. I might focus on this island and settle on that one, because that is still easier for me to actually defend than this island here, which would be very bad for the corridor, right? And I could take this one here by force. That would be a totally valid option. Another thing I need to do is, since sales is getting a bit tight here, let's build the next sail maker. And, oh, they're already purchasing shares from one another. I wish I would have the financial power for that. Oh, this is just so bad. She's also in the middle of Archie right away, so we will need to always find a corridor to Archie if I want to make this work. Selling ships, for example. The second gunboat is coming out now. The Mal Shrimp is my first one. At least we have some firepower with that, and I can start tearing down some schooners there. She doesn't have military ships yet, so we could use this to our advantage. What to do now with the settlement? Yes, let's go for this island here. It is more important for me long-term wise or short-term wise, whatever, because here basically we can have a grain production up and running that provides me some bread. This, I think, is more important than having this island over here for something in the future that I don't really need yet, and we can always conquer this one here, I think, at least. Now in Swanell, a bit more planks are coming in. Let's continue with the expansion of this tiny town. I like Swanell already. It's going to give me some coin there, I think. Here you go. And we might also consider a pub then soon. Swanell is easy in comparison to Scanlon. Scanlon, meanwhile, is looking a bit tight here now. Fish is still fine. Workload is fine. Schnapps is fine. Let's go ahead and build a few more. The next gunboat is ready. Let's use my smaller fleet now. Get it into this corridor here and just destroy any kind of schooner that passes by and take the loot and sell it. Playing a bit the pirate is fine when it comes to taking down Misthunt. There is already the sea sponge on its way now, departing in Milk Church. And we could have some fun here with that. Hopefully my 2 gunboats are fine destroying it. We'll just see that.
Enemy target established.
Unfortunately, 2 gunboats are not really doing that much. As we can see, that schooner is fast. Problem with that schooner is it's sailing with the wind, right? The wind is on its way right now. So this one here will be easier because it's sailing against the wind, making it a much easier target. She will have no chance here. Can I get the next gunboat out? I could if I had the sails. This is why the next sailmaker is so important. Yeah, we're going to take down this ship here. Continue here. We can build a pub now. Pretty expensive. We're, by the way, having some financial problems here. Okay, this one's going down. Let's hope that there is some loot behind it. Take this one. A gunboat only has 1 cargo slot, so we can only take 1 with each. Some flour and some bricks. I can use the bricks for sure. Meanwhile, in Scanlon, let's actually upgrade the next people. Very good. Leading to only 4 on the farmer now. And we should probably prepare for my next industry then.
New orders?
That is something I would like to do down here. Down in Jensen, another one of my Patriot supporters. Thank you very much. Let's get the schooner down with the building materials. We do need bricks as well for the bakery. We will also need some additional steel beams.
On our way.
Make sure that we are not within the range here. This is actually fine. And I will use another one of my ships here, Porcupine, to get some planks over there still. All very
Coordinate
expensive, rather.
plotted.
And we're so close on the negativity there. Let's upgrade a few more buildings.
Busy season. We assist
Ships are on the way. Another gunboat. The Sharp Gust has been finished. Nah, sorry, that was my brick production. By the way, there is the next ship coming in. The next schooner. That's the second schooner of Miss Hunt that we can destroy with that. Let's build the next farms then over here. In Swanell, I could start with my pig production. Yep, let's do this. We don't have any clay pits here, by the way, in Swanell, so I do need to get the bricks over myself. It's fun being a pirate. She has another schooner out, no gunboats yet.
Fleet ready.
Come on, take that last shot. There you go. Down it is.
Stations.
Let's get rid of the flour there. I really don't need that. And we might find us something better. There's the pirate. It's not shooting at us because we haven't found an Harley yet. Get the planks overboard. The bricks and the steel beams in Jensen. And here we will now start with that grain production. Bear in mind, we only can do grain here, right? Because everything else should be then in Swanell. We don't have the workforce here for anything else other than grain. For that, I will need some farmers there at least. So we do need to have at least one marketplace. This is going to be very tight, bear in mind. So I will need to be very careful what I'm doing. Let's just see. This is the maximum that I can use here. And some more farmers and probably also a pub for some happiness. But that's about it. Doesn't need to reach all of them. Ah, you know what. Get the pub over to this side. Right, and with that we can reach a bunch of these people now. And I will also need at least one fishery for these guys. And then the rest is all for grain. Yeah, let's build it. And Jensen has started to exist. These two schooners, I'm inclined to sell them, to be honest. There's still some planks in it. Let's sell one of them. Try to get over there to Archie somehow, peacefully. There you go. And the other schooner, I'm going to get back. Because right now, I'm having a bit of a sail shortage, right? As I also need to build up a fleet. A third gunboat we can commission now. Potatoes, not something I need. Planks, not something I need really. Bricks is okay. Let's get the bricks back home. Another schooner comes in. The money is much needed. 2,500 coin. We continue with the destruction of Miss Hunt's schooner fleet. Of course, this is going to hurt her a bit there with her logistics. Definitely making her weaker. Oh, certificate of industrial standards, 13,000. Let's get this to Archie right away. That's a godsend, to be honest. I love piracy. Nikush, you're going back home here right now because you are going to get me lots of these bricks that we have over to Swanell, where we do start then with our first production of sausages and soap. Very important for Scanlon. And the grain-wise, we're in Janssen. We have 220 farmers here available. That's way more than we need. Let's also go ahead for the next propaganda. That is a negative consumption rating and spend. Negative consumption means 10% less goods are being consumed. That is just making things barely workable in Scanlon. We still have a bit of a workforce problem right now, and that is because we are not using that space here yet for more people, of course. I can do this here a bit, right? So we do have that. Let's just see that police station here. We are going to take a bit of the efficiency away there for the lumberjacks, but that's still fine, right? It's really barely anything. Have another block then here, and probably this also fine. These people have a perfect location beside the oil springs. At least you have something to bath around. Alright, the next schooner is here. One of my ships is under attack. Yep, this one's a bit too close here now to that. We need to be careful at all times. It should not get within this radius. Schooners are going down so quickly, as we can see. Let's be certain of that. Let's sell the book. I love it. That's going to bring us a lot of joy. 16,000 on the balance now with the selling of this book. Let's get the gunboat back home. Ah, look at that. Miss Hunt is starting with her first cannon tower now. Of course, she has realized that we are having some gunboats here, and she definitely does not want to get into any danger. Let's build another schooner, and after that another gunboat, and then I think with tier 1 ships we should be golden, and then we can focus on the frigates once we have that. Of course, we need to wait for some building materials now to get over here to Swanell, and then we continue onwards with tier 2 productions and onwards to artisans. Stay tuned. Oh, you don't see that right now.